Prisoner Knight S plus. Jumps are broken. He's broken. He has like insane damage. The torn effect is really OP. That's basically it. Like, he's just absolutely criminally insane. Next, I'm gonna put this guy in SS as well. I was thinking about putting him just in S. I was thinking about just putting him in S because, I don't know, but that last run, I don't know, he's just performed consistently really well. He's performed more consistent than the Prisoner Knight. And then Jailer. I'm gonna put him. I think B tier. He has a thing that he does. One thing that he can do. And he does it okay. His crazy effect. He can sort of he can solo bosses with the crazy effect. If he gets a good enough move set, like you want moves that are faster than medium, and then or about medium or faster, and he can solo bosses if he hits them with crazy. That's pretty much it for him. Mad Knight. So this character is interesting. He's either a C tier character or he's a high A tier character. There's not really a because he's always Wild Soul. But if you're going for the Mad Knight and you don't have a Wild Soul piece of gear on, he still can be used. You have to get stuff that increases flesh damage on stunned enemies. You have to increase balance damage. You have to have good enough gear to be able to stun someone and then ult them, and then they'll get one-shotted. And that's his saving grace, is that he can one-shot better than the Prisoner Knight. But it's like being Wild Soul, it's inconsistent. Next is Scout. So Scout has a lot of things that are really strong about him. He has a very quick move pool. His ultimate is really good because it can be comboed whenever you stun someone to always do damage. It has dodge frames. He's light. I think I'm gonna put him in A. He's close to S, but there's like a few flaws. Like his ultimate, it whiffs sometimes. It's definitely these two are close. Like this could be S, but he's just barely off the mark. Knight, just Sword Knight. He is really consistent. Like really, really consistent. His moveset's like good even if you have slow moves. His quick moves they do a lot of damage. He's good at keeping combo. He has really good range. There's a lot of stuff that's really nice about the Knight that just make him S tier, solid. Just out the box character, always easy. Assassin. I'm gonna put him in S as well. The reason I think the Assassin is S. Quick moves are insane in this. Actually, yeah. So this is interesting. I don't know if I want to put him in S. I think I want to put him in A. I'm just going to put the regular Assassin in A. The issue with the Assassin is kick moves. Kick moves, they're good, but it's only really good to have one of them, and then even just having one of them, you want a piece of gear that helps it. But he's good. Okay, Plague Doctor. S. So the reason I'm putting him in S, his soul ability always hits. So you always get damage. If you want, you could literally get like 12 soul crystals and then run into a boss fight with like a Plague Doctor with a level 2 around super. Never get hit, just run away, spam it. It's pretty good. And then his moveset in general is really strong. He's good at keeping combo. His balance is powerful. Yeah, that's just Plague Doctor. He's about as consistent as the Knight. Except his super or his Soul Strike is a little bit harder to hit because it has like a range. Other than that, he's fine. Bandit Leader, S. But he's like, he'd be low S. You have to get good moves on him, otherwise he's bad. If you don't get good moves on him, he is bad. There's moves on him that if you get a slow move, he's done. Yeah, the Plague Doctor he stole the win from John. He stole the win from John. Darth John. But Bandit Leader, really good. He has a good super. Insane balance. If you get all rotation moves and they're all medium, you get a piece of rotation gear, he will literally just win the game. Okay. Superior Axe Knight. This guy I haven't had that much practice with. I think he's okay. I think he's A tier, definitely. Whether he's that high in A tier, probably not. I wouldn't put him that high in A tier. I don't actively go for this unit if I have multiple bones for him. He's just okay. He plays range really well. He has better range than the Sword Knight, which is cool, but it's not that easy to use it against most bosses later on. So he's kind of just like you can kill ads really well. Oh, cool. But you can't even really kill ads better than like the Prisoner Knight or Crosslance or any of the S tiers except for the Sword Knight. The Sword Knight is the only character that I think is up here just due to sheer consistency. But yeah, he's just okay. This is which Magic Knight is this? Hold on, sorry. I need to see which Magic Knight this is. This is okay, so this is Lightning. So this is Magic Knight Lightning. I'm gonna put Lightning below. Put him in B. He's good. He's usable. He has issues. The shock effect isn't good. It's not as good as freeze. The move when you're in anything around level 3, it just gets screwed. Yeah. Okay. One thing that just brought up in my chat. This is his backdash is really slow, and what's crazy is the Knight's backdash, even being a heavy unit, is still fast, but his is really slow. Anyway, back to the Lightning Knight. He doesn't have very many saving graces, I think. His ultimate doesn't guaranteed hit like the Freeze Knight. His ultimate doesn't really have that many things that it does better than the other ones. So for that, he's just B tier. Superior Sword Knight, surprise, surprise, S tier. He is Sword Knight, but with a damaging ultimate. I was thinking about putting him in SS, but he's not consistent enough. Oh, does the Bandit Leaders go back? Yeah, his probably does go far. But this one is bad. This guy's bad. But Superior Sword Knight, I was thinking about putting him in SS, just because. But he's too similar to this, and the balance, fix is really good because you can use it when the enemy's stunned. If you have low combo and you don't really care about keeping your combo up, yeah, he's consistent. Court Knight. I'm gonna put him C tier. He's terrible. Awful unit. Pretty much no saving graces except for his ultimate, which is how is that even it always hits, which is nice. Heavy unit with the terrible dashes. Um, his slow attacks are useless, and he always gets slow attacks. Just awful character. There's not really much else that needs to be said. None. So the nun is interesting because she can either be C tier or A tier, which means I'm probably just gonna put her B tier. The nun is fun to use. She's just a lady with a katana. But if you get certain moves with her, she's useless. Yeah, might be the only. I don't know if that's even how it works. I think you just get slow attacks all the time. Back to the nun. She has this one attack where it looks like she's stabbing, but she dashes in, and it's just so bad. It's just so terrible. She has good movement, which is fine. She gets kicks, which is cool. If you like kicks, she gets jumping kicks too. So if you get good gear, she can be really strong. But it's it's the like really bad consistency between like having good attacks and bad attacks, because good attacks she's A tier for sure. Bad attacks she's C tier, so she's just gonna go B. Um, Gravekeeper or John, Gravekeeper aka John. I'm gonna put him A tier. So he's light unit, has a lot of multi-hitting attacks. Both Gravekeepers have a lot of multi-hitting attacks. The issue with him is his soul strike ability. It doesn't really consistently hit later on, so you can't use it to just one-shot something like you can with the reverse. His multi-hitting moves are not as good as the Gravekeeper reverse. The Gravekeeper reverse has moves that will always hit through parries. So you'll see where he is on the list later, but A tier, he's good. That is the yeah, okay. I was making sure that's the the Gravekeeper and not Gravekeeper reverse. Okay, Magic Knight Freeze. I'm putting him A tier. The reason I'm putting him A tier, he seems to me like he has a little better moves. The real reason, the biggest reason, is his Soul Strike. It is a radius, so it always hits as long as it's not interrupted, which is really strong if you can get anything that increases the damage, or if you can get good balance stuff. I did a run that's going to go up on YouTube today with him, and he soloed a boss at level 2. Very strong. Very cool. Okay. Poleaxe. This unit surprises me. He surprises me a lot. He does better than I think he should in a lot of fights. And I'm putting him in A tier, the exact same tier as the other one. But I get the Poleaxe Knight more often. I get the Superior one, so I have more stuff to say about him. But he surprises me in higher level fights. Like, you can take this guy into a level 2 dungeon, and he can kill 1 to 2 units as long as you play range really well, and get like moves that aren't absolutely all 3 terrible, like the worst things ever. Even if you get 2 slow moves, even 2 slows and a medium, he can still perform fine. You just have to make sure you're playing range really well. Other than that, he's fine. He's a cool character. Bandit. Bandit's going B tier. The reason he's not C tier, she could be C tier. Very well could be. He has okay moves. He has good combo. He keeps his combo well. That's pretty much it. He just keeps his combo well. He is more consistent than the Bandit Leader, which is interesting. His consistency is better than Bandit Leader, so that's cool. There's a slight issue with him where if you use his Soul Strike the same time as you stun somebody, it will whiff. And that happened to me a few times in the same fight. So that was unfortunate. But yeah, good unit. Um, Elite Assassin. So I haven't gotten to use this unit that many times. I wanted to try to use it a little more today. Um, I think she's good. I don't think she's S tier. Well, actually, okay. I'm gonna put her S tier because I think she is S tier. Her attacks seem a little bit better than the regular assassin. She gets like a better kick. She's a cool unit. I think she's kind of teetering like on the lower side of S. So like, say I did like a way bigger tier list, like I had like SS, S, S minus, S plus, A minus, B plus, B minus. She'd probably be S minus. Not because she's bad or anything, not because she doesn't deserve S, but the kick moves are really a killer. You don't really want to see too many kick moves, and she gets a lot of kick moves. Same with the assassin. Um, Good movement though. Movement characters are pretty much always useful, because you can. There's the Vanquisher fight that's really hard, for a lot of characters. Um, but for light characters, it's not that bad. So she's really good at Vanquisher. Assassin's good at Vanquisher. Good units. Templar Knight. This guy I see getting talked about wherever anyone's talking about Corpse Keeper. They're like, this fight's really hard. He's really a strong character, and then you get your hands on him, and he's just average. He's just average. Um, he, I, he, there's like not that much to say. I haven't used this unit that much either. I've used him probably twice. Same with the Elite Assassin. I've probably only used these characters twice. Um, they're just alright, I think, in the times that I've used them. I think the time I used Templar Knight, he was actually underwhelming from what I thought he was going to be. So I'm tempted to put him B tier because his Soul Strike gets interrupted really easily. Actually, I'm gonna put him B tier. His Soul Strike gets interrupted really easily. He's squishy because he's light. His attacks are just medium most of the time. He's just an okay. He's not incredible. That's it for him. The Gravekeeper Reverse. I'm gonna put this character S tier. He breaks a fundamental rule of the game. Um, the rule that he breaks is parries. He has, I think, about 3 different attacks that go directly through parries. Like an enemy can parry you and they'll get chipped. It's totally insane because he keeps his combo really well. The moves that go through, I think, are medium, medium, and a slow, and there might be a quick that goes through as well. But he'll chip for like a tenth of someone's health if you have good combo. It's totally freaky. And his ultimate is cracked. It's insane. You stun somebody and then you do either one shot them or do over half their health. He's so strong. Like singing his praises are very easy. Like these 3 units being SS don't like there being 3 of them is kind of crazy. At first, I wasn't gonna put 3. At first, I was just gonna put the Prisoner Knight here. But then I was thinking about it. This guy breaks a rule of the game. This guy has his own rule, which is ducks, like ducking attacks. Like he just most attacks whiff on him. He can shit on the Vanquisher. All of his punches, he can dodge all of them without having to dodge. But Gravekeeper Reverse SS, Fire Magic Knight, he is gonna be. I'm gonna put him in S. Yeah, okay. That's another thing my chat brought up about Gravekeeper Reverse. He is the protagonist after the training arc. Have a run. He solos a boss at level 2. I'm pretty sure he solos a boss at level 2. Bring him into the boss fight. And my chat's like, make him get the last hit at level 2 for the secret ending. The Plague Doctor, he's like, I can't let that happen. Plague Doctor gets stunned, wakes up, pops the boss for the last hit of damage. It was so funny. But anyway, back to the Fire Knight. He is S tier. I think he's S tier. The reason why I'm putting him above A tier, where the Freeze Knight is, even though like they're pretty similar, pretty much the same. Both use rapiers. Well, this guy has a guaranteed hit. This guy has a semi-guaranteed hit. A little bit smaller radius. But he gets a second attack after his radius hit on his Soul Strike. His Inspiration Strike is really strong. It's a 2-hit attack that always does burn. He has 2 rapiers is the thing, and if you don't know, there's armor in the game that gives you certain bonuses for having 2 of the same weapons, so you can have that. He gets stabs often, so you can get stab gear. And he has magic damage, so you can get magic gear, and the 3 magic knights all have gear special to them. So, like, they have tailored gear. The knights have tailored gear too. The reason this guy's C tier, because he could be B tier, he doesn't even get to partake in the tailored gear. He's the only knight that doesn't get any of the knight gear. It's sad. Sad, sad knight. Fire Knight S tier. That ends the tier list. There will be 2 more characters that come out before early access ends, and there will be patches. When the new character comes out, I will be doing another tier list, and I'm sure a lot of this stuff will have changed, maybe. But yeah, this is what I have now. I'm gonna save this. It is definitive. I spelled it wrong. Okay, this is it. This is the tier list. You'll see this video later. Okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead and end stream. I will be on to get the final win of this series probably tomorrow, and then I'm gonna start looking for challenges. So, oh man, both nights. Okay, so for the challenges I'm looking for, I'm gonna look for a Wild Soul solo run. I'm gonna look for a Gear